Guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk about this nifty little thingy down under here. This is take 2 because I moved the camera, the battery turned off, and the video got scrubbed. So we're going to do this maybe a little bit faster than the other one, so you'll probably be happy about that. So let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to be talking about this thing here. This is the inside the waistband holster mount from We the People, alright? This is a mount specifically made to attach to the inside the waistband holster clips that they have, right? This will not work with, as far as I know, any other mount holster that's out there, as far as I know. It's also not going to work with their outside the waistband holsters, We the People stuff. It's not made for that. It's made to fit these clips right here, all right? And basically, in short, what this is, and then I'll kind of demonstrate it, and I'll take it back off, and I'll show you how it kind of works. Basically, what it is it is a mount that grabs hold of the holster and it securely holds your setup somewhere, right? In this application, here we have a shop. We got a gun cabinet, whatever you want to call this thing, and we can take the firearm in the holster and get it locked up in there so that the holster is not going to be coming out. You can have easy access to the firearm itself if you need it, but this system is locked in there and it's not going to go anywhere. To get it out, you're going to push a little button on the side, release it, and now you have your firearm. In my particular applications where I'm actually going to put this guy when the video's done, as long as I don't have to shoot the video a third time, when the video's done, I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put it in my closet, because generally I will take my firearm and set it on top of my closet, right, on top of the shelf, right, where it's out of access from anybody else, but it's still just sitting on a shelf, right? There's other things on the shelf, stuff can get moved around, pushed around. I don't really like that necessarily. This solves that problem to where I could go right underneath the shelf just like this, and I could take my firearm, stick it in here, and it could be locked up. It's not going to move around. We've got an earthquake or just moving stuff around on top of the shelf. It's not going to move around. The gun is secure. Nothing's going to happen unless I push the button and open it up and take it down. Another place, wow, that was weird. Another place that this could really be used, in my opinion, is inside of a locked glove box or inside of a locked console in your car. I wouldn't really recommend just taking this thing and sticking it on the side of the panel inside your car, mainly because that's not really secure. If you're the kind of person that takes the system off and on when you get in and out of a car, then it would kind of make sense, because you could take the system off, right, and then attach it right there by your foot or by your leg if you're the driver, or right there on the console, you know what I'm saying, right there by your knee. You could easily mount the firearm there. You would just have to be extremely careful to remember to take that firearm with you when you get out of that car, right? There's plenty of times where you can forget things. You forget your phone, your wallet, even your keys, leave them in your car. You can't be leaving your firearms unsecured in your car. That's a really, really bad idea. But that's why I would say if it's in your console, in a locked console, or in a locked glove box, that would be a good way to store this. Not store it, but to keep it secure. Like if you got to pop into a place that you can't bring your gun, you go into a area wherever that you can't have your gun, but you has to be locked up. Some states even require you to do that. But if you have it on a system like this, right, then that firearm, even though it's inside a console or a glove box, even if it's like this, it could be bounced around and moved around and stuff, right? If it's on a system like this, it's in that locked up area, but it's not going to be moving around and banging around against stuff. It's going to be secured, immobile, basically is what I'm saying. So let me take this guy off, and I'll kind of show you up close kind of how it works. All right, so here's the unit right here. This is what it looks like. Basically, you have this side right here that has a little nubbin that doesn't move, and this side over here that has a little nubbin that does move. And the way that it works, like I said, it works in conjunction with their little clips on their holsters. You basically gotta stick this guy, you kind of gotta hook the clip on the nubbin that does not move, rock it up and push it until it clicks, and now it's locked in and it's not going to be moving around, it's not going to be going anywhere. To take it out, you would basically grab the system and push the button on the side, and that would release the firearm, because that releases the nubbin right there. It's a very basic, a very simple setup, but I think it really has some legitimate use. I'm going to use it, right? There's sometimes companies send me stuff and things that I'm like, cool, that's neat. I'm never going to use that. I'll make a video about it, and I'm just never going to use it. Some stuff with We the People that I actually do use is this setup. So their holster, their claw, I actually do use these things. I actually do like their hoodies and sweatshirts and stuff and their hats. This is one of those things that it's gonna get used. I'm gonna, after this video is done, it's gonna be mounted and put up, and I'm actually gonna use this thing because I see how this fills a need, right? A need to secure this guy so he's not just sitting up on a counter or on a shelf, whatever, not a counter, but on a shelf. It secures it whether we have an earthquake or you're just moving stuff around up on the shelf. You're not gonna knock the system off. This is a lot more secure, a much more secure way to keep the firearm stored. All right, one thing we didn't mention real quick, to mount this, I had it mounted on some wood, right? And so to use that, they give you a couple screws. These are relatively short screws, but they provide you with screws, and that is more of a permanent way to mount this system up. They also provide this kind of Velcro stuff. This is that, it's kind of thicker Velcro. This is not the cheapy stuff as far as I'm aware, like the fuzzy kind of stuff that I think that would just kind of, it wouldn't last very long, I don't think. Not very secure. I mean, you're hanging a gun on this thing, so it needs to be stinking secure. But they provide this, and I could see this being used on, if you're gonna mount it inside of a vehicle or on a surface that you really aren't gonna be drilling holes or screwing screws into, right? I mean, imagine the console in your car. If you screwed one of these screws into it, you'd probably strip it, right? Strip the hole out, and then you just have a hole in your console and the thing's not mounted properly because it's not secure. Whereas if you use the sticky tape, they're not sticky tape, the Velcro, right? That I think would be a much better way to mount on those surfaces. So they give you a couple options and things that, you know, that you can go about using. So anyway, guys, that's that. I think it's interesting. I think it has a use. Let me know what you guys think. Is it something that's just like a gimmick? Like they created a problem to solve the problem? Is that how that goes? They created a solution to a problem that didn't exist? Or do you see this as being like, wow, that is actually something that I wish I'd thought of because it's very simple and it fills a need that was out there that I didn't know existed, but now I can see it. It needs to be done. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate We The People for sending this thing out. If you are so inclined to check this out, I do believe I have an affiliate link and a discount code down below if you are so inclined to look at this stuff. It's no skin off my nose. I like providing that stuff to you guys, and if you use those links, it kind of feeds back into supplying stuff for here and giving me credibility with We The People, so they keep sending me stuff like shirts and whatnot and stuff. That's it. You guys be good, be safe. Appreciate you guys watching and subscribing and everything, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next video. See ya.